It's that time again. A new Sims expansion is on the way, and now it's time to talk about it. As you can see, I still have not changed my Sim self. I will be working on that. But anyways, the expansion that we are going to be talking about is none other than Realm of Magic, which I will now be calling Realms of Magic from Hint's Point, because it sounds better than just Realm of Magic. So let's dive right into the trailer. It shows this new ordinary world that we are going to be getting, along with this character who looks like a guy. I'm confused. But anyways, there's this awesome gateway, and then we walk through it, and that's how you get to the second world inside this game pack, the magical world. And of course, we start seeing more of the witch stuff, the first person perspective, which I forgot how to get into. I might have to look that up. Ritualistic magic, alchemy, hand magic, as well as more alchemy. And of course, wand magic, which is most magic. And how to become a witch inside the world, mostly. And of course, magic fighting and familiars. First person perspective again, invisibility, I don't know what that is, learning magic, more sparring. I hope that our protagonist is okay, and what witch wouldn't be complete without his or her very own brew. Now, let's break down the trailer since we looked at the overview and see what other details we can fish up. One of the first things that catches my attention is the fact that we have a new ordinary world that looks like Willow Creek. As you can see, because the trees look a little similar to what we see inside Willow Creek with the pinks, but a notable absence of willows. This is going to be the first game pack to have featured 2 worlds in it. Perhaps they're making up for Dine Out not having its own world. I'm going to believe that till proven otherwise. The next notable thing we see is the mystic portal into the other world, the magical world. It seems like these portals are going to be throughout the ordinary world in order to go to the realm of magic. So it makes me curious as to whether or not if there's going to be multiple realms of magic or if there's just going to be the one. It's probably just going to be the one for simplicity. That way it's just, easier to make and manage. It seems that the way how we enter the realm of magic is by simply going through one of these portals and bada bing, bada boom, we're there. Just like magic. I guess that was a bad one. I apologize. Once we go into the other world or the magical world, we see that it looks like a floating city, something that a lot of other simmers that I have kind of seen the reviews of have taken note of. And I couldn't bear but thinking that it reminded me about 2 locations inside World of Warcraft, and I'll break those down as to why I'm reminded about these locations. So here we go. The first World of Warcraft location that the Realm of Magic world reminded me of is the floating city of Dalaran in World of Warcraft. This city is controlled by wizards. I forgot what they're actually called. I'm not that big on World of Warcraft lore. But the city actually is floating, and it is doing that because of the Archmage and magic and other magic stuff. That's oversimplifying. But that was the first thing that came to my mind, that this other world is going to have the same type of magical properties as Dalaran. So, yeah. And the other place is... The second location that the Realm of Magic reminds me about is the Netherstorm from World of Warcraft. It being purple, also floating, and just having a lot of magical energy around it. This is a location that is inside World of Warcraft Outlands? Yes, Outlands. I had to remember my geography for a second there. So, yeah, that's pretty much what this place reminds me about, so... Hence why I'm not too surprised about a floating magical city inside a purple vortex. Now let's start talking about the magic that we actually get to see inside the trailer. First and foremost, something that kind of looks like a ritualistic magic. So let me break down what I'm seeing. There is a magical circle that 3 people are standing on with a cauldron inside the center of it. This looks like it could very well be some sort of ritual or maybe an initiation in order to become a witch. But I'm not 100% sure. It could just be alchemy, as we'll see later inside the trailer that it just seems to be a fancy alchemy place, but rituals are more. The third type of magic that we see inside the trailer is hand magic, a type of magic that is normally used without the source of a wand or other magical items. Just pure hands, showing that the witch's magic inside this particular game is coming from inside of them and is not because of a wand. So if a witch or a wizard is powerful, it's not because of their wand, it's because they actually are skilled. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Also, it's a type of magic that I prefer because it just makes more sense. Now let's talk alchemy. Alchemy is the magical infusion of plants and, well, magic to make potions that are normally cure enemies or sometimes curses or love potions. It's probably going to be like the science career inside The Sims 4 Get to Work. The final type of magic we see is wand magic. I do not think I have to explain it to you with the rise of Harry Potter still there. And there's also brooms. Because why not? Now let's have some fun and do another segment that I would like to call Rapid Fire Observations. There are 2 berry sims and a ghost inside this picture. The ghost is selling brooms and other oddities. This witch reminds me about a statue that's inside The Sims 4 Vampires. Here is a picture of it. I am putting red stars next to it so you can find it. Bird-like familiars are going to be added into this pack, which is all that the Prevester needs, that dragons are also going to be a part of it. Familiars are also going to be able to be cats and dogs as well, with either a trait or a designation. I'm not entirely sure which. Realms of Magic has been teased to the community in more than one pack, but the most notable one is Laundry Day. In Laundry Day, there was a wreath that had a description that talked about magical properties that it may or may not have. And there was also herbs that you could place on your walls, kind of like you were drying them out to use them for something later. This caused many people to think that magic was going to be coming out at some point. Looks like we weren't wrong. Vampires also showed the possibility that magic could have inside the Sims world and how amazing that it could be. But that's not all that it did. If you got to a certain level inside the vampiric lore skill, you could unlock the ultimate vampire tome. And in it, there was an interesting quote that said that the first vampire was cursed. The only thing that could curse someone to be a vampire for the rest of eternity is a witch. And keep in mind, vampires came out before Laundry Day. Well, that's my hot take for the new pack. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, and I'll see you next time. Until then, stay in touch. Bye!